Time for a look at your West Tennessee forecast with meteorologist Brian Davis.
Welcome in, everyone. Hope you've had a great day so far. It's already Tuesday. You know what? We blew that Monday thing out of the water. We are now on our way to the last of the extreme hot days. I'm so happy to report that. We are looking at much cooler weather coming in for the rest of the week. So we got a weak cold front coming in. It's on the way. I've been looking at it. In fact, I was a little bit late getting on because I was really looking this over good before I jumped on. But let's go ahead and take a look right now at our currents. Now, not surprising today, it's already been a very hot day. We'll go ahead and take a look at the Almanac. We topped out at 95 degrees out at the airport here in Jackson. Just to give you an idea, the normal high this time of the year would normally be at around 90 degrees. According to the last 30 years, averaged together, that's normally where we would be for a high. So we're 5 above. We did set a record high back in 1952 of 106 degrees. But I'll tell you, with the humidity as high as it's been, even with temperatures in the mid-90s, it has exceeded what it felt like that day, I'm sure, in 1952. All right, so we're still at a deficit of 6.3 or 6.73 inches, so we're still needing to play some catch up. But overall, we are gradually catching up on that deficit. We were at like 8 below normal, and so we have bumped that up a little bit with the recent rains. So let's go ahead and take a look at our cameras live across the area. 93 in Memphis, feels like 105. We have had a few clouds develop. That helps out a little bit. 93 in Trenton, but it feels effectively like 110. UT Martin over at my alma mater there, it is 90 degrees, feels like 108. And here in Savannah, beautiful day, but still too hot out there. Feels like 114 degrees. That's because that dew point is 81. So it's very, very steamy. Well, not for much longer, though. We're about to get some relief out of this. Tomorrow will feel quite a bit different out there. Looking across the board, our temperatures are sitting in the low 90s in most areas, but even that is dangerously hot when you've got dew points up in the low 80s right now. Currently 95 in Selmer, 93 in Memphis. We've got 93 in Brownsville and Alamo. Jackson coming in at 93, as well as Lexington and Parsons. We've got 91 in Huntington and Paris, 93 in Dresden, and 91 in Dyersburg and Ridgely. All right, let's take a look at our winds. Look at that. They're starting to come more out of the north and west. And you know how that works. When they start coming more out of the north, that usually means good news. Looking at the radar. So I was drawing out the cold front. You guys know I like to hand draw the weather map sometimes. So right there is that current location of our cold front. And it is moving our way. And the way you look at that is those flags. They're aimed right towards us. That's the direction of the cooler air. And look at that. It is moving right down from the north in towards West Tennessee. Now, you can also see we've got some clouds right there along that boundary, too. And we've got a few showers, not thunderstorms, but just showers that have developed out there near Poplar Bluff. Our steering winds, a few thousand feet up, those are moving more out of the northwest. So that will ultimately steer a few showers and possibly some rumbles of thunder in here late tonight. We're not anticipating anything severe. This will just be a handful of showers mainly, but a couple of rumbles of thunder will be possible. And that is the necessary transition to get to that cooler air. And so we're going to be in for a much better feel to the weather throughout the rest of the week. It is on its way. And we'll go ahead and take a look now at, the extreme heat, but we're going to be saying bye to it soon. The severe weather outlook has any severe weather off to the east. I was looking in, that was over in west parts of North Carolina. They had a confirmed tornado just moments ago. So I kind of got caught up watching that on radar. That was right there in the western corner. I'm trying to think of the city that was nearby. Charlotte, I think it was Charlotte, North Carolina. I may be wrong, but I was talking to Miss Dana at that time too. But it was right there in western portions of North Carolina. They had a tornado warning. And so over there definitely is where the severe weather is going to be. And then as we head into tomorrow, it will stay more into South Georgia and the northern parts of Florida. So zooming in closely tonight, the nearest severe weather is going to be over east of Nashville, and that is still just a 1 out of 5 there for tonight. We'll go ahead and take a look at Futurecast. It'll show some of these little pockets of showers, maybe a rumble of thunder or so as that frontal boundary drops down through the area tonight. You can see even in the morning, we could have a stray shower, but all of this is showing mostly just the light green. That means mainly showers and not the big yellows and dark orange colors that would indicate like the really bad stuff. All right, let's go ahead and take a look now at our hourly forecast. So you'll notice the rain chance does bump up as we go towards the late night hours into the early morning hours. We'll be waking up to that chance of showers and thunderstorms, especially in the morning hours through about 7 to 8 a.m. I think after about 8 a.m., we're good to go. Most of any showers will be well off to the south of us by then, and will start to become more of a partly sunny, and by the afternoon will be mostly sunny, and oh, will it feel much better during the peak of that afternoon. All right, we'll go ahead and take a look now at the 7-day forecast. So for tomorrow, low 90s, less humid. That'll feel pretty good compared to what we've been dealing with. Heat index readings will go down into the upper 90s over most areas. We'll drop to 71 as we get into tomorrow night. And here comes the heart of the cool air. We'll be only at 88 degrees on Thursday, and nice return to the mid 60s for overnight lows Thursday night into early Friday morning. That is going to feel absolutely amazing right here in the dog days of summer. And then we're going back up to the high 80s on Friday. But again, we'll keep the humidity down much lower than it's been. So while it might feel like the low 90s during the peak of the afternoon, it'll still feel like a big break compared to what we've had over the last couple of days. And again, for Friday night, overnight lows in the upper 60s. And then look at the mid 80s on Saturday. We've got another cold front that'll come through. And while this currently doesn't look severe, it will cool us down, keep us in the mid 80s. And behind that front, we're talking about the low 80s into Sunday. Now, right now, the chances are fairly low as we head into Sunday, 50% on Saturday, 40% on Sunday. And then there's some isolated storms Monday into Tuesday as we see, which is very low chances, but a couple of places may get a shower, thunderstorm in the afternoon. But look at those temperatures. Aha! Yeah, low 80s and upper 60s for lows. That will be fabulous. All right, guys, that's a look at your evening weather update. We'll have another look at your weather coming up around 10 o'clock tonight. Thanks so much, as always, for watching West Tennessee Weather Channel. We'll see you back next time.
We are West Tennessee Weather Channel.